guys, it's Lynn. I just wanted to show you a few things that I've made recently. This is featuring the Findings pack that came with the March Beads of the Month Club. Wanted to show you what I did with some of those beautiful findings. First, I made a necklace using the links. Okay, those flower links. This was in my stash. I just pulled that out, as well as these white beads. These are just white glass beads. They're a gemstone of some kind, but I don't remember what they are. I've had them for probably 20 years. Made a little bracelet to go with it using a magnetic clasp. But on the necklace here, because we have these flowers, I had this little toggle clasp in my stash that I thought went really cute with that. There's a little bar. It's like a little flower. And then the earrings. Also, you notice these are little flowers that I had in my stash. They're check glass. Okay, so that's the first thing I made using those items. Get that out of the way. And then the next thing I made, I love this. It's so unique, I think. I used the focal bead that they gave us, and I added a little shell heart to the bottom, connecting that with chain, just to give that a little oomph. Put a couple of jump rings at each corner and added these shell beads and a little bit of chain. And I used one of their toggle clasps. I love these bars on these toggle clasps, guys. These are so secure. I just absolutely love them. Now, I do still have some of these beads left, so I'll make a bracelet and maybe a pair of earrings, and I'll show you what I come up with that. But I wanted to show you what I did with that piece, because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But that's what happened. Okay, so that's that piece. Then I made a bracelet using that beautiful magnetic clasp that we got in the package. It's just, I use that as the focal of the bracelet because I think it's just too pretty to be on the back of anything. I think you have to show that off. And then I had these check glass butterflies in my stash, and these tiny little metal butterflies I also had in my stash with, you know, just some other beads that I thought looked good with it. So that's what I did to show off that clasp. I love fancy clasps, and I'm going to do a video showing you how to do that. I have a really neat owl clasp that we'll use, and we'll make a bracelet out of that. Okay, so there's that. And then next, I also made a bracelet using one of those links, and I had these check flower beads in my stash. I pulled them out and used the bar as the center part of the bracelet and just added the beads on each side of it there. Then I just finished it with some glass beads that I had in my stash. Okay, and I did use a flower toggle because it matches the necklace or the earrings. So that's what I did with that. And then the little stud earrings that were in the pack, I just made a pair of earrings with them, and I had these little porcelain flowers in my stash, so I thought that looked cute together. You see the little rose stud, and then added a little bead, and then my little rose here. Okay, now I have a couple of pieces to show you that were not related to the findings packet, but they are tutorials that we have coming up. So first, we have a bracelet that I'm going to show you how I did. This uses the Ginko beads and the 6-sided hex beads. Okay, so both of those are 2-hole beads, and I also used some 3.5mm pearls there to finish that off. Okay, so we'll do a tutorial on that. Now on this next necklace, I really can't do a tutorial using these components because I don't have any more of them, and I'm not even sure that you could get them anyway, so I don't want to show you something that you might not be able to do. But I do have some metal rings, and we're going to do a necklace using the metal rings and some wire wrapped beads. So we'll get to that within the next week or two. Okay. And one more thing to show you. I'm going to show you how to make these brick stitch earrings right here. And we're going to use this particular pattern. These are done using 8 Delicas. And I did a couple of pair using 11 Delicas just so you could see the difference in size between those two beads. But on the demo that I'll do for you, I'm going to be using 8 so that you can see those. Okay guys, well that's all I had to show you, but I did want to kind of give you a glimpse of what's coming up soon. If you're new to the channel, thank you. Welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. I hope you'll consider pressing that subscribe button. Love to have you back. For those of you that have been with me for a while, I just want you to know you're so appreciated, and I'm so glad to have you here. All right, y'all, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.